What do you think the best way to keep a woman happy in a relationship is, in your opinion?
The
If
best
you were
way to
giving
keep
advice to a man, what would you tell him?
to listen to her, and pay attention to her. Especially pay attention to her, because sometimes like women, they pretend like they act like they know, but a lot of times they really don't, and so they'll say something like they'll like, oh, I'm not upset, but in actuality they are upset. So pay attention to her demeanor.
Okay, her body language.
Yeah, her
or
body language.
Yeah, what she does. Right.
And what she does, and that way that'll give you yeah, and know what she likes.
Right. In your opinion, what do you think the best way to keep a girl happy in a relationship is?
You gotta be honest. You gotta be loyal. You gotta treat them right. Treat them how you would want a guy to treat your mother. You know.
Right.
You wouldn't disrespect your mother. Same way you shouldn't disrespect a woman.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think the percentage of couples meet at school? What is the percentage to you?
I'd say like 45.
Why do you say that?
Because with social media, people meet more online. You know, we're becoming a society that's driven by technology. When you go outside, you don't see many people just, you know, with headphones off, they're listening to music. So it's like you're cut off from everything and everyone around you. So with that, I think more people meet online, you know?
So do you think that we as men are taught how to treat a woman growing up?
If they have a good relationship with their mother, yes. I've found that a lot of men that do not have a relationship or a good relationship with their mother, they do not have that same relationship with the woman.
Oh, that's deep. Are you saying like the mom is not in their life, or the mom is just not a good mom?
Just not a good. Cause I mean, just because we're parents, that don't mean we're automatically good.
Yeah.
So just because they have a kid, that don't mean, you know. So it's like, yeah, it's the woman.
How does a mom's relationship with a son affect the relationship that he will have with all his women going forward?
Oh, a lot. Like I dealt with one guy, he did not have a relationship with his mother, and he could not understand the relationship that I had with my son.
Okay.
And so he couldn't understand, well, why your son checking up on you? He shouldn't be like, that's what a son does. But you don't know that because you didn't have that relationship with your mother. So yeah.
Who do you think has it easier in society, men or women?
That's a hard one. If I have to really think about it, I think men have it easier in the sense of. And since I feel like there's not so many like restrictions, you can do whatever you want. You know, you don't be looked down upon like women. Like you dress a certain way, you get treated differently. You talk a certain way, you get treated differently. And I feel like it's just very difficult at times, like to see the difference. But I feel like men have it like way harder.
Do you think that like social media is like a great thing, or is it like a bad thing to our society?
I think social media is like a double-edged sword. There are some great things that come out of it. I mean, people go on social media, share their journeys with one another, and encourage other people who are going through struggles. And say, oh, wow, you know, somebody else is going through that too. But yeah, it's also become a way for us to become larger than life, and then we forget what life really is for ourselves. And so when we turn off the TV or when we put the phone down, it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do now? You know, you're not a real person anymore.
Is it like a sort of enslavement?
Yes. I mean, that's how I see it. Hopefully I'm not triggering anybody by saying that.
In a relationship, what could you offer a man that no woman has?
What can I, what is that? Consistency.
Okay.
Consistency. That's, a lot of people are not consistent. And I would say consistency.
Do you think that if a girl gets a lot of likes on a picture, does that change the perception of her, who she really is? Does it inflate her thought of her own self?
I mean, I feel like it does inflate a little bit of ego because you feel like you could just ignore whoever the fuck you want. You can talk to whoever you want. And you can just be like, I don't want to talk to you because I got, you know, I'm fucking like Insta famous. But like in reality, like that don't really matter.
Yeah. So you think it just like social media can be considered bad to a person that has like a lot of fame on there?
Yeah, because I feel like when you have a lot of fame, like you think like you have such a big ego because you think you're better than everybody, and it's like in reality, like what, you just insta famous? Like I don't know you, like I don't know who you are, like I never followed you, I don't know you. So
do you feel like the woman has the power in the relationship as far as choosing who she wants?
No, not. I mean, she does. I guess it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Who do you think takes more to the grave, men or women?
All right, explain that. Explain that a little bit.
Does more things in secrecy, not necessarily bad or good, but just don't really tell people. They just say, okay, I did it. I'm not talking about it ever again.
Okay, so as a woman myself, I can honestly say my business is my business, and I pride myself on that, you know? But it really comes down to the person. There's some men who are like, you know what, I did this, I'm about to tell everybody. And then there's some men who are just like, I'm going to keep it quiet. You know, you don't know unless you ask. And if you're asking, that means you don't need to know. You know, so I don't know. It depends.
Why do you think, like, women tend to push marriage instead of the man?
See, I'm the opposite.
Oh, okay.
Because I always say I want the wedding, not the marriage.
Yeah.
I want the glitz and the glam. You can have your own house and live over there, and we get together when we want to. Yeah. So I think it's more so comfort, stability. Because I know, like I talked to my brother's girlfriend, and she just feels that if they're married, there's just nothing is going to happen, and he's going to be there. But it's like you can be married and he can still cheat. Be married and still, so it's like that. A paper really doesn't make anything. It's the bond that you have.
Yeah. What to you is the definition of the talking stage?
So the general definition.
What is your definition of it? Like if you're meeting someone, when do you establish, okay, we're talking? I know it's the stage right before dating, actually, but it's not necessarily saying we're just going to be friends. We're talking.
We're getting a feel for each other. Okay, so I would say the talking stage happens as soon as your interest in one another is confirmed. And you guys agree that you're going to continue to talk to each other and possibly start dating. That's the talking stage for me. But
can you talk to multiple people in that stage? Like,
hell no.
So talking, so talking is not dating, but you also can't talk to others.
I'm gonna give you my perspective and how I carry myself. If I'm talking to you, like we're in the talking stage, that means to me that I'm setting myself up to possibly date you. You know, and if I'm dating you, I don't want to date somebody else too because I'm one person. I can't really split my energy that way. You know, we pride ourselves on multitasking. We're really horrible at it. Human beings cannot multitask. So for me, one. I got to focus on one, you know?
What do you think the difference in the word being dominant and being controlling is? So if you have a man that, a lot of women say they want a dominant man, but what's the difference in being dominant and controlling?
Dominant, you know what you want. As far as financial wise, you're good there. Financially, you're stable. Controlling, like you control like what I wear, what I say, and things like that. So it's like I can't do that.